Well, hello and welcome to glennzb TV for Wednesday, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. Now, I've got some advice. I don't know. I mean, who am I to give advice? But I've had a few ideas on what you can do with your bucket. Now, these are not normal buckets. What we're talking about is there's a missing bucket on this fountain. This is Wellington's very famous and iconic bucket fountain, widely regarded as perhaps the stupidest fountain in the history of the civilized world. For those of you not familiar with it, what happens is water pours into the various different shaped and coloured buckets, and then they flip down, and the idea is that they then pour water into the bucket underneath, but it doesn't really work, and it goes everywhere. And it's just stupid and annoying, and a bit of an eyesore. However, it's been there for many years now, and some people love it, because people love stupid things. Anyway, one of the yellow ones, the big yellow ones, missing off the top, apparently. I'm not sure whether it's still functioning. Oh, and as somebody's just pointed out, Elijah Wood actually peed in it. I don't know that particular bucket. One of these buckets. He did anyway. Good information. Thank you, viewer. Anyway, as you can see, not a normal sort of a bucket. Doesn't have a handle. How useful a bucket is that bucket anyway? Quite a big bucket. So here's, and I thought to myself, where have I seen that shaped bucket before? Where? And who would be interested in using that? And then, when I printed this picture out, I actually held it up the wrong way, and I thought, that's where I've seen that before. Yep, if you work on the Death Star, and you've lost your helmet, before you incur the wrath of Lord Vader, you might want to paint it black, because admittedly bright yellow, bright blue, it's not quite as menacing. Hey, what's your favourite vertical pursuit? Because young Kiwi pole vaulter Eliza McCartney has broken. She's broken a record. I'm assuming she did it pole vaulting, but it says here in this article that she's won the vertical pursuit in Auckland with a jump of 4.71 metres. I've seen footage of this on the television box. How hot she is not relevant to the conversation. I've seen footage. It looks like she's pole vaulting, but have they changed the name of pole vaulting to vertical pursuit? Or is that just the name of that particular event that she was doing? And I'm just thinking, have I ever engaged in any kind of vertical pursuit? I mean, I've climbed up a few hills in my time. Is that a vertical pursuit? And then I started thinking about horizontal pursuits, and I got a bit distracted. Double entendre Wednesday. What's the bravest thing you've done this year? It's the Bravery Awards tonight. And once again, we hear these stories of heroism and bravery. I think there's some people who got some people out of a car wreck or something. And they seem to be the people who tell the story. You know, are you really a hero if you go on the radio and tell people about how heroic you were? I mean, maybe I just go out and do brave things all the time, but I'm not one to blow my own whistle about the brave stuff I do. I mean, the number of spiders I've got out of the corner of the ceiling and disposed of because nobody else in the house would. The dead mice I've cleaned up, the cats have brought in. You know, these things, I don't want to make a big deal about it. You don't hear me going on about it because that's, you know, it's just the kind of guy I am. From the love my leather jacket and I wear it all the time, flipped. file. It's a bit of a long name for a file. I might need to work on the name of that file. Clara Chon, New Zealander, designed this leather jacket of Kim Kardashian's, apparently. It's a selfie jacket. It's got pictures of her all over it. And I was asked the question this morning, would I wear a selfie jacket? And given that, that made me pause, because the problem with a selfie jacket of mine is that I'm not a fan of the selfie, because what happens then is that you end up with a picture of me. And I'm not a big fan of pictures of me, to be honest. I've taken the odd selfie, and by that I think, on reflection, I may have taken 2, possibly 3 selfies in my entire life. Would that be enough for a jacket? I mean, they're quite big pictures, maybe. Not sure. And also, as we've established before, with the asymmetrical air happening as well, would that lead to a crooked jacket? And if it did, could I reverse the pictures and give the effect that I no longer have a crooked ear? Because I'm wearing opposite ear pictures on my... Maybe I need to look into this. Clara Chon, call me. I am glennzb. Thank you so much for having me up your Periscope. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow. No jacket required. Ah!